bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah, in the limit, yeah. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides I can shuffle. Hit the cadence for my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the Cleveland Browns behind the #1 overall pick in the draft, Baker Mayfield, face off with Jameis Winston in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Let's go now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 22. And that's the first connection, the #1 overall pick at 2015, finding the #7 pick at 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Hey, let's get it converted.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Dances by him. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
Darius, big play Slay. An All-Pro for the first time in 2017. Lived up to his nickname in a huge way with 8 interceptions, 26 passes broken up, and both were tops in the NFL. Wide receivers, be warned.
2nd down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, the big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Let's go now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready?
From the gun, Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
First down, Mayfield. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
No. Check. Patriot.
Handoff comes to Chubb. He won't go down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
No. Check. Patriot.
A give. This is Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
3-19.
They go play action here on first down. He's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Rolling to his right, looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. A good pickup there, a 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Gerald McCoy busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw, Mayfield under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys, hold up.
On second down, Winston again. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Ready. White 25.
Off the play fake, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Noah Spence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Second down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On play action, Winston looking downfield for Godwin. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I did. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready. Blue ready. Where's that up? Where's that up?
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, my evil, reckless brother's on my shoulder screaming, go for it, but I just knocked him off. You can't do that here. Field goal's a chip shot. Take the points. No way you can let this possession end without getting some points.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete.
I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a 1st down, but how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. Well, they executed that well. They really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Leopard!
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now it's Patterson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Ready? Black, what's that? Where's that? 56, 56.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Fournette, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready?
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And an alley to run. And down to the 36-yard line here. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ready? White 25.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He's back to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so.
But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Noah Spence in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive.